to be willing to talk about these things, and you have to be willing to put it all on the table.
Learn firsthand from the power couple who's built a healthy relationship, from major and minor issues,
The good, the bad, the ugly,
to triumphs of the family unit.
In this day and age, you need somebody by your side.
Utilize proven techniques and strategies to help your relationship and family thrive to the next level.
you have to compromise.
This is the Family Dynamics Podcast with Kevin and Alicia Meeks.
Welcome to another episode of the Family Dynamics Podcast. Again, we are in our home studio, and I am sitting next to my beautiful wife, Alicia Meeks.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, we took us a little, a minute.
Live?
We live.
Babe, you didn't tell me it was
We live with the people. We had to come to them. We had to let them know what we've been doing. Hey, if you guys have not heard of what we're doing, this podcast is all about family, marriage, co-parenting. We talk about the triumphs. We talk about the adversities of family, just everything, man. And today we have a special podcast because we're talking about something that, that was in the headlines last year. And that's basically the Georgia Peach. What's her name? Yeah, the Georgia Peach scandal. And that's Porsha.
Porsha.
Yeah, Porsha.
We just talked about this. I'm trying to see what your wife's name is on that. My name.
Anyway, we're going to talk about...
Okay, we live. This is what live do. Okay, this is what live do. I'm trying to go ahead and share it because I didn't know we were live.
Yeah, we live. Anyway,
So the Georgia Peach scandal, we talked about it in the Spoiled Wives Club group, and basically, we all know. So for the people who don't know, allegedly, Porsha is engaged now to Simon, who she only met through her ex-fiance, and then she befriended Simon's wife. Simon was married, and I think he's going through a divorce or finalizing a divorce right now. So that's what made it a scandal. Because that's great if you find love. You find love. But I think what made it, I know it's obvious. What made it a scandal is that she was friends with this man's wife. Her fiance, Dennis, introduced them to each other, allegedly. This is what I don't want no defamation of character. So allegedly, that's what happened. So moving on. We were just talking about it because everybody's like, oh, you should be happy because you know what you're working with regarding Porsha as a friend. Because, a lot of women would not want her around their husband after this. Because you showing like if the opportunity presents itself, you're going. I would look at her with a side eye. I'm just saying, if she was my friend. And so basically, we were just discussing that. And today we're going to get a male perspective from Mr. Meeks.
Well, I think, to me, they can do whatever they want to do. My problem with it is, and me and the fellas say this all the time, me and one of my guys, like, if I meet your spouse, or if I meet your lady or your girlfriend, like, she off limits.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's no ever like I can, you know what I'm saying, J down on her, or not, like, and I'm saying as a single man or whatever, like I met you, like I met your lady, you know what I'm saying? I met your lady, or or let's just say, like, if I'm a single guy, right, and the girl, we know each other, and I met your guy, like, me and your guy ain't friends, but I met him though.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you off limits. I met your guy. Like, it ain't no nothing.
It should be that way. It should be like some type of girl code, and that's what a lot.
How that's supposed to look though? Dennis and Simon, they was friends, right? But then look, let's just say they weren't friends. You pull up at the barbecue or the little baby PJ's birthday party, and it's like, oh, so you was digging my old lady the whole time though.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Or Porsha in her sense. So I brought you to my crib, so you was digging my husband the whole time.
Boom.
Like,
That's how I was feel.
like it's like, yeah, like you can't do that. And that's just my
You
opinion.
shouldn't do that, but she did, and that's what made this a scandal.
Yeah.
She did it.
Now don't get me wrong. They two consensual adults, they can do whatever they want to do. Is it right to do? Probably not. I mean, because it's only right to do in her eyes because she's doing it. But if somebody just to do it to her, oh, it'd be a whole thing. Because you
Well, I
wouldn't
think
want
it's a double standard.
it is.
It is. It's a double standard with men and women. The only reason why I feel that she bogus is because don't befriend me. Do not befriend me. If you know you even think he cute, don't. Don't. Simon could have been friends with Dennis, and you didn't have to go kick in with Simon's wife if you had already knew in the back of your mind because you had to. Because you all just they stated that they had only been dating for 1 month. And I don't, it's no time limit to when you want to get engaged. Because we all know we got engaged 6 months.
Right.
But I'm just saying, you was hanging out with that man wife. Regardless if y'all was friends or not. Y'all didn't have to be besties. The point is, it don't sit well with me. However, just like many of the ladies in my club said, she's grown. She is, and I agree 1,000%. She is grown, and so she can make her own decisions, baby, and do whatever she want to do. But I just think it's a little tough. It's just me.
Yeah, it's tacky, and I know that they didn't got a lot of comments, a lot of commentary on this. I think it's really because this is a situation that happens a lot in a lot of relationships where people is, and me and my wife had this conversation, and the basis of their relationship is based on their relationship they had with the ex person. If like her and Dennis, her and Fallon, like that's y'all basis of y'all relationship is us.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all don't have nothing concrete. You know what I'm saying? And that's what cheating get kind of crazy. Like if you cheating with somebody, besides the fact that let's say you take somebody who they made the side piece, the side guy or the side girl, the main girl, like you not like your base was we was having fun as a side chick or side guy type thing. But now when you take that element, now we 100, that's over with. You see what I'm saying? Like it's over with. Like y'all ain't got that little hotsy fun thing no more. Now it's just y'all, and the basis of y'all relationship is based on our previous relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Like y'all ain't got nothing together, and I just kind of think that's weak. Like it's weak to you going after low hanging fruit. Like get you somebody.
Yeah.
That's low hanging fruit. You can choose somebody that came to your door who you didn't even know.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't doing nothing. You ain't player.
But it's just still just not cute as a woman, as a lady. And that's the whole thing we were just talking about in my School Wives Club group. So I just thought we should definitely bring this on to this platform, Family Dynamics, because we need this type of dynamic. We need a male's perspective. So the Family Dynamics podcast is basically a conversation between me and my husband. And it's unscripted, and we allow you all to listen. It's unorthodox. We don't agree on everything.
And what's crazy is this is a conversation that we have had.
Yeah.
Like we letting you into a conversation that we sitting around the dinner table when we was talking. Not that we care about their situation, but it's a situation like, how would you deal with this? How do you feel about this?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because you got to think about like now you got to side eye your friends or the people that you call like, man, are you coming into my home? You know what I'm saying? Reckless eyeballing my wife, reckless eyeballing my husband.
It'll just have
you know
in
what
the
I'm
back
saying?
of your mind, you thinking like, when they was over for the barbecue, she did stay in the bathroom a little long. Was she with him at that time? You know, it's just like, I feel so sorry for the wife.
Yeah, it's too much. Even though they say Fallon moved on, like you got to think like, how much.
I don't know if she moved on. They said that video of her and somebody engaged and proposing that was.
But let's just
old.
take Fallon out of it. Oh, as a woman, you sitting up, you chilling, you drinking your little wine, you thinking like, how long was you digging on my husband?
Yeah, you would think that.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a lot of things you would need closure to. You would need closure. Like I would need closure to some things. Like, wow, how long have you been liking my friend?
And really, I don't have I don't know dude to have a lack of respect or respect for him. I don't got nothing for him.
I don't know nothing
I just, there was a video that surfaced, and this could not be true too, but there was a video surfaced with two young ladies that he was, allegedly, you know, outside of Porsche or around the same time with Porsche, and he was confiding in them, and they had no idea who he was or who he was intertwined with, and he was kind of like really digging on this young lady, like he like a predator to me almost, kind of in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Like you prey on the weak, like you ain't getting nothing. Like you.
Well, I don't think he had to prey too hard on him. She knew he was a multi-millionaire.
You talking about Porsche?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she did. The other
I don't
lady
think he
didn't.
had to pray. You talking about the?
I'm saying I think that's prey. Like you praying on. I'm sure because even in the Love and the Housewives of Atlanta thing, her basis of her storyline is her leaving Dennis or not want to be with Dennis, or he giving me gifts and basse. So I'm sure that that's her conversation with him. He got an inside look. He'll pray. Oh yeah, she going through it with Dennis, my homie. I'm gonna slip in.
I just want to know, like, when did this start? How did it begin?
That's what I'm saying.
Those type of things. I mean, it's nothing we can do now. They're engaged. But I just would want to know for my own self, like, how did I miss this? You know what I'm saying? How did I miss this? That's what I'm just.
Your baby PJ gonna grow up confused, like,
PJ
what's
is
going
gonna
on?
be confused. Poor
like,
thing.
how is this? Like, my dad come shake up with like that was friend. Like, that's crazy.
But I've seen stranger things.
I have.
I've seen stranger things, buddy.
Yeah.
I've seen stranger things. So the kids they're resilient. They'll get through it.
They will get through it. I just think that's low hanging fruit.
So you were here when my group was talking about basically couples sharing information about their friends with each other. And my stance was to my group that if you're talking to me and if you're telling me something about your life, I can say that I don't really think like my husband cares about what's going on in your life like that, not in a mean way, but I'm just saying. And so I think my issue is if you're talking to me and you're confiding me with something, that's cool. If you know me, you know me. And so if you feel comfortable enough to confide in me, then you know who I am. So the issue to me is that you can't tell me what to do in my marriage. Not that I'm going to do it. I just can't listen to that sentence. I can't hear you tell me what not to do in my marriage. That's my biggest thing. It's not that I want to talk about your business to my husband. I think we got way too much other stuff to talk about. I don't think neither one of us, when we land in the bed, is worrying about that, whatever that may be. However, I just feel like I don't feel comfortable telling somebody what to do and what not to do with their husband. And I feel disrespected if you tell me what not to do with my husband, because if you're talking to me, you're talking to me, and you felt comfortable enough to talk to me. So then you know me and you know you talking to me. But I don't need that disclaimer, I feel. Because guess what? If you need a disclaimer, then you probably shouldn't be talking to that person, whomever that person may be. If you feel you need a disclaimer with that person, then you shouldn't even be telling them your business. Because right off top, that's showing something. To me, I've never told anyone that I felt comfortable enough to confide in. JC, have I ever told you, don't tell Manny? No. Whatever she do with it, she do with it. But I trust and believe it's between us. I don't have to tell her who to say and what. So anyway, we
I
gonna get
think
this
I
male
think I
perspective.
think that I think that yeah. So when I think that's sowing discord or division in your marriage or even a committed relationship to say don't tell your spouse what we talk about. I think that there's an unspoken thing that there's a high probability that the spouse is going to share a thought, a snippet, or whatever. But in our case, I really don't care about. I mean, there's a lot of ladies that you are intertwined with that I think that are really nice ladies. I really think that they are nice, and I want them to succeed because they're your friends. But
To succeed.
to succeed in whatever in their
Uh-huh.
relationships and whatever that you support them in. Like they're your friends, then I support them as your husband, as them being your friend. But
Hmm.
I'm not involved and I'm not invested in their situations or the secrets that y'all have, right? Like I don't care about none of that, and I don't want no one, even my partners, to sow that type of division to say don't tell my wife this, because I don't have any secrets from my wife in the first place. And I'm not coming running home like, man, you ain't gonna believe what
Yeah.
Buddy said. You ain't gonna believe what he doing. Like that's not my. Because my wife, we got enough on our plate, enough agenda to have conversation about and to add you to it. Because whatever you added to me that needs to be secrecy, it's an energy killer in the first place. Because you're not gonna tell me not to share nothing good. If you doing great, you bought this, you doing this good, you ain't gonna tell me not to share that. So most of the times you telling me to not share a secret, it's something negative or something that maybe you shouldn't even be doing in the first place, and you in between scenes. So I just think that that's an energy killer, and I got enough stuff as a husband or as a
We
spouse
do have
to
enough
deal with.
stuff
You
just
know what I'm
as a
saying?
couple. We dealing with so much. Y'all know what we dealing. We dealing with grief. We dealing with co-parenting. We dealing with crazy alternative parents. We dealing with jobs. We dealing with business. Sis. So really, honestly, but one thing I would say regarding the females that I talk to, a lot of them go to Kevin they doggone self. They be wanting a male perspective, and yeah, so I don't really have that problem because a lot of people do go to Kevin themselves, but nevertheless, the
I
ones
think
that don't,
I think
they they know me, they know my integrity, they know my character, and if they're talking to me, they're talking to me. So
yeah.
I don't really, with my close knit circle, I haven't heard one of them tell. Well, yeah, I heard somebody try to tell me what not to say.
But see, this is my thing. Here's where it comes to be a problem with you sharing with your spouse. If your spouse goes sharing what you shared that is supposed to be between girls or whatever that you share with me, if I go sharing that outside of like I think that now that's a trust builder, trust diminished trust between us two, and then your friend. Like
And
it's a
that's why I'm
long line.
saying it's a whole big
Like
mess.
it's a chain of trust that could be broken from one person sharing it. So if I would never do that if so happened that she shares some topic or situation that her girls is going through and I go share it somewhere else. Like that's I think that's a
That's some bitch assness.
well before that I just think that yeah I just think that that's
That's some bitch assness, but okay,
I don't think that that's right. Like if I share
yeah.
with you and you go share or you disclose our conversation that I privy to you for my boys or my partners outside of that, or even to him or in the presence of them. Like I think that that's wrong.
Yeah,
Like I don't think that you should do that.
I agree. I just feel agreement with Kevin. I didn't think about that aspect of it, that it's sowing division where there may not be any. And I just feel like it's an unspoken word. Some stuff just don't have to be said. You already know what it is. I just don't feel comfortable telling somebody what they should or should not share with their spouse or what they should or shouldn't do in their marriage. I don't feel comfortable telling a person that. And then in my brain, if I feel like I got a doubt that you're gonna keep it, then why am I telling you?
Right.
Anyway, I'm an advocate of counseling because that's what I've been doing a lot lately. I definitely tell him any and everything because he's not gonna tell anybody, and if he do, I don't know the people, and they don't know me. So even with that, as with counseling, so I'm an advocate of counseling, grief counseling, private individual counseling, marriage counseling, family counseling. I support it. So I just think these two topics were hot, and so Kevin and I wanted to come to you all and talk to you guys about Porsha, and that whole scandal from the housewives of Atlanta, Porsha and her new boo, her new fiance, who was her baby daddy,
That's her
ex
ex-husband.
fiance.
Ex-husband. They
She
was
was
married.
married to Dennis.
Yeah, I think they was married.
I don't think so, but I don't know. But anyway, her ex, whatever, fiance or husband, that was his friend. So that was kind of tacky to me. But we talked about it. We gave our opinion. If you didn't hear it right now, you can always go back on the podcast and listen to a bit more. And then we went further to talk about should you or should you not be sharing information with your husband related to your friends. Information that your friends have told you about their life that doesn't involve your life. Should you be sharing that with your husband? And y'all just heard our conclusion.
And it is something else that I wanted to just touch on. Is it okay for a friend or a colleague or something like that to comment on an assumption of your relationship?
What do you mean?
Like, because if I didn't tell my boy that I'm having my close friend, if I'm having an issue in my relationship, is it okay for my partner or my friend to give his opinion or an assumption of my relationship?
Give me an example.
So if my boy was to come and say, hey, yeah, man, I see you ain't do this on this day and you ain't do that on this day, man. What's up? Y'all straight? Like how can you give an assumption based off your eyes?
Well, I feel that if my keen senses lead my mind to think something about a friend of mine and I feel like something may be happening, I don't personally believe I'm going to bring it up unless it's blatant, you know. But um if it's something that I feel that my friend is in some type of distress or I can hear it in their voice, like, friends, everything cool over there? You don't sound yourself. You haven't been really XYZ.
Right.
I think that's being a friend. That's being a friend, and that's okay. But I know sometimes people take something and turn it into what it's not and come to you as if whatever they may be thinking is a fact, like, oh, because this or because that. And so I don't think that that's okay, but to genuinely have concern for a friend that you know and love, I don't see nothing wrong with that.
Well, like, I mean, or maybe it's just a guy thing, like, or maybe not. Like, I don't think it's a guy thing. Like, I think that, like, I got partners that have had issues that I didn't say nothing to them about it, or they didn't say. But okay, even if I knew that they, in the past that they would share things about their relationship or about their children, about whatever, I never said anything. I only would check in on them, like, "Hey, man, are you cool?" Because I'm being
there you go. That's
no,
the same thing.
no, it's not. Are you cool based off because me and you have had a relationship where you disclosed a lot about this particular situation, but to make an assumption moving forward of what it is or what it ain't, that I think that's crossing the line as a friend. Like, you make an assumption, like, my friend didn't talk to me about this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, things could have gotten way better, but I'm assuming from what the last time we talked.
Yeah.
Like, if my boy didn't come to me and give me an update on that situation, then I'm not going to assume, like, oh, he doing bad or even doing good. I can't assume anything because now he has to come to me and talk to me about that. But I can't just assume like, oh man, you know what, man? I ain't seen you with your kids, man. Everything cool? How can I assume that? If he having children issues with his children, how can I assume that?
Well, I don't know. I just think it's a case by case scenario situation because I don't want to just call out anybody name, but if you have a friend, you have a friend and he's always with his daughter
Mhm.
all the time. And if you didn't see this little crazy girl for 3 months, you'd be like, what's going on? You would, because you're used to seeing them together and their relationship looks awesome and they crack us up. You would really be like, so what's going on? I haven't seen her. Everything okay? You would, as a friend, out of concern, because that's something that never happens. That she's not with him for a set amount of time. It's a very often relationship. So I think in those instances, I just feel like it's a case by case scenario. But I feel as us as women, we are concerned about our friends in a different way. And guys, you guys express yourself in another way. And when we care about each other, we do pay attention. And I read a comment about that on social media. It was saying that those that know us best can hear what we did not say. That's a tweetable thing. Because if you know me, like I have a couple of girlfriends that would just send me a text message like, is everything okay? How are you? I haven't talked to you. Or you haven't put a post or nothing. Just whatever. They may just feel like, something like when you're
But why
connected.
is social media the benchmark for
I
how I'm
don't
feeling?
think I don't think
Like,
it's
but I'm
it's
saying
just
it's
something
for a lot
that
of
you may
people.
be
Like,
doing. Like if
but I'm saying social media is the benchmark for if you're doing good, if you like a person, if you love a person, if you're doing good in your relationship, if you're doing good with your family members. Social media ain't the benchmark. I think that that's what society has made. Like social media. Social media is fake. It's fake. It's fake. It's fake. If I don't
some
post,
of it is
if
real,
no, no, a
some
lot
of
of
it
it,
is
no,
reality.
no, a
Cause
lot of
I
it,
definitely ain't
a
faking nothing
lot,
for
a
the
lot of
gram.
it, a
What is
lot
you
of
faking?
it, a lot of it is fake.
What?
Most of it is fake. Ain't nobody posting nothing bad about themselves.
No, they shouldn't.
So
I mean, who wants
it's
to?
not shouldn't. It's social media. It's media. Like now you if you're saying that's what you're saying, that's why I said it's fake because you're
No,
not it's script, you're not you scripting it. I'm gonna give you what's the best portion of my life. I'm not gonna give you nothing else. It's scripted.
I hear you, but what I'm saying is, who is going to get on here and they shouldn't? Anybody should not be
For
getting.
who? According to who?
Those, that's my opinion. I feel like you should not be on social media airing out your dirty laundry. You should not be on social media telling all your wife or husband or kids business. I don't really like when those parents come on and they embarrassing their children worldwide. I don't like that. So I don't personally feel that a person should be doing that. Yes, it's okay for you to show what's going on in your life as long as you're not faking it. So like I had somebody come to me after I knew them for a while, like, this really your life? Yeah, what you thought it was on it was for Facebook?
But
I'm
I'm saying,
busy.
but I'm
I'm
saying,
doing this, I'm doing that, and it's just in our house.
but I'm
And we
saying
let
this is
y'all into something.
but 90% of social media is fake.
I don't agree.
Everybody is putting on the best face they can for social media.
I think when you say the word fake means that somebody is doing something that they don't typically do.
They don't. They don't usually this you ain't usually happy getting engaged. If you go down somebody's timeline feed, the first three posts, the first three after that, and first three after that, ain't nobody showing the adversities of their life. Most people are
Sometimes
showing
they are because I
most of the
do.
I'm saying you are not the 9 billion people. So if we just talking about you, then you're perfect on social media. You're doing the greatest thing
What
on
I'm
social media.
doing is
I'm
trying to
just
be
telling you.
transparent on social media. So me
But,
personally,
but what
that's the
I'm
only
saying,
person I can talk
okay,
about.
but I'm telling you, It's not just about you. I'm just saying most of the time, social media is fake. Everybody putting on the best face they can. Ain't nobody getting on there when they wake up. They got their hair. They making sure they doing this. They it ain't you ain't putting on the real you. I'm not putting on the real me. I'm not gonna show you. I'm not gonna show you the worst of me. Let you disclose the worst of me. That's why let me not use fake. It's scripted. Social media is scripted on everybody's page because it's so much hecklers. It's so many people that's talking down. And so many bullies that don't nobody want to be subjected to that as a person because the average person isn't strong enough to to move past the comments or the heckles that they're gonna get. So it's all
But you're gonna
most of
get
it's
the
scripted.
comments and heckles no matter if you're showing good
Yeah,
stuff or bad stuff.
but you're gonna get it more that you're
Because if
showing
you're
bad.
showing good stuff, people be in the comments. I've had to delete people comments off of Sport Watch Club, and I'm so thankful that God is making my skin thicker than what it was because it's been a few people in my comments, and I just delete, block immediately. Personally, as I just said, I don't feel that you should be on social media airing out and saying all this bad stuff. However, if you go look on my social media pages, Alicia, I can just only talk about me. I try to be transparent. I have let you guys into my life, and it's still things that you guys don't know about my life. But I have let you in, and I don't want you to think it's perfect because it's far from it. So therefore, I'm very transparent from the domestic violence.
But this is what I'm saying.
These
On
flavor
social
kids.
media, especially on Facebook, it says what's on your mind. And it say what's on your mind and make sure you clean it up. It's what's on your mind. It's you posting. It's social. Like nobody said that once social media was made, is that you got to make sure that it's you script everything and that these are the parameters. There's our guidelines to make sure that you're not killing nobody, you're not showing graphic images and stuff like that. But to tell somebody that what they should not post is false. You should post whatever
I
you
don't think
feel.
nobody told anyone.
But
I
I'm
think
saying that's what you're
they're
saying. You saying
on.
that you should not post what you want
No,
to
I'm
post.
saying what I feel.
If
That's
that's
my
your real
opinion.
life, post your real life.
No,
Because most of the time people are
I don't think
scripting.
you should be
Because
posting.
this is the thing, we got a real marriage and things happen in our marriage. That's why we gotta. This is a mostly co-parenting, and that things aren't giddy and gay. We deal with baby mama drama, baby daddy drama. We've been in court. These are things that the average people not gonna tell you. They're gonna just say, "Oh yeah, here's the Lambo. Here's what I'm doing. Here's the Gucci Louis Prada." No, we've shown you from the ground. My intro to our podcast is we in our basement. I didn't show you no we in Trump Tower trying to do no. I'm showing you. I'm telling you. I was clear that we doing this at home. We building something from the ground up. I was intentional when I did that because I want people to know this family dynamic is starting from the ground up, from our parenting, our marriages, everything. We not scripting nothing. Everything is off the cuff, and what you see is what you get. So if anyone want to buy into our brand, this is a true and a raw, authentic family brand. Most of the social media is fake. You got fake pages out here that's exposing a lot of these people. We live a raw and a true life. This is what I do. My life been on display since the beginning of time. So I could care less about the heckles or what people saying in comments, but I'm just saying that most people is scripted. And the reason why I got on that topic is because as a friend, if you telling me that because I post or I don't post, it's a benchmark for how I'm doing, I think that it's a worse. I think that it's not doing it does you a disservice as a friend to say, oh, okay, well, you didn't post. I see you didn't. I mean, I got boys right now that's going through child support and going through custody issues, and I haven't seen their children, but I'm not gonna ask them about it because that's a sore subject. Until he feels comfortable to talk to me about his issue, that's the reason why I brought it up. Until he feels comfortable for me to talk, want to talk to me about his issue that he's having because I didn't see his daughter, because he might not want to talk about it.
Well, that's you. You have a right to do that. But if I personally feel that I have this one friend that's on Facebook all day, every day, and all of a sudden I haven't seen you, I am checking on my friend. And I'm gonna say, is everything cool? Oh, okay, because I haven't. Oh, girl, I'm doing a fast or whatever. And that's why I was reading this one thing in this article about social media and the etiquette of social media is that once you're on social media, and especially us as influencers, as business owners, we're on here daily because it's a business. We have to stay popping in this feed because that's how we make money. That's how we help people, but it's also how we make money. Let's keep it 1,000. So therefore, if you're used to seeing somebody and then boom, they just off the chart, you're gonna be concerned. When I left social media for 10 months after my book launch, it was just so much going on. I said I'm gonna take some time off. I was off of social media for 9 to 10 months. So many people texting, calling me like, girl, you can't get us involved in your love story and just drop off the face like that. You can't do that to us and this and that. And so, or some people just like everything okay. And so from what I was reading in this article about social media etiquette is that if you are taking a break, you should notify your followers. Like, out to live, be back. So they're not got all this scenario that they making up in their heads because some people do genuinely care about you. It's not like you have to get permission or let them know every step of the way, but it is good etiquette, especially if you have a good following that you're engaged with and actively, communicate with via social media.
Well, we're not talking about followers. We're talking about friends.
I'm saying friends and followers.
No, I'm talking about friends.
It's some friends that I only do talk to through social media. We don't always call each other phone. I have several friends from high school. I don't even get their phone number. We talk via social media in the inbox or whatever. So I'm just saying women are different.
I don't think women are different. I mean, to assume something invasive like your marriage or your kids, I don't think a follower is gonna sit up there and ask you about, hey, yeah, I ain't seen you put your spoiled wife shirt on. Is everything going on with you? That's a little bit much for someone to ask you that, and you're a friend or you're a follower. Like your friends, like I don't think it's a gender bias with that at all. I just think that's a bit much to assume because you don't see me posting because you're getting half of my life because I'm not on no reality TV show where there's a camera on me. I'm pressing it, I'm posting it, I'm putting a caption out there. So of course I'm making it grandiose for myself. Of course I am. When you got VH1 or TV1 or BET writing my story or whatever, I can't choose. But if I'm writing it, I'm sitting up there with my phone, posting my life. Of course my caption gonna be good. Of course it's gonna be nice. Of course my post gonna be good. Of course you're gonna have a highlight. You know what I'm saying? But to assume that I'm having an issue in my life because it doesn't look the way it looked in the last 30 days or the last 45 days, I think that's a bit much. And I don't think that's gender nothing. Like, I think that's a bit much.
All right, y'all. Kevin said it. That's his opinion. And that is that. We really, really, really enjoyed speaking with you guys tonight. And we are going to wrap it up right here because we've been on here forever. And we just going to come back with another topic and another time. But we need you to like, comment, subscribe. As you're watching our podcast, we want to hear what you got to say about it. If you disagree in the comments. If you agree in the comments. Okay? Share this. Like it. Subscribe. Comment. Turn on the notifications so you'll get it every time we post. You can watch it on YouTube or any platform for podcasts.
Hey, and like I always say, we'll see y'all in a minute.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Family Dynamics Podcast with Kevin and Alicia Meeks.
Thank you, guys.
Please like, subscribe, and comment. And don't forget to follow us on social media at The Family Dynamics.
We'll see y'all in a minute.
Bye.